we'll pray to get on. But I think our first people on the agenda are here, so before we begin with roll call, I'd like us to just pause for a few moments and ask the Lord to be with the Diocese of Houma Thibodeau as their bishop passed away very unexpectedly Friday night. He had not been in office a year yet. He had just turned 63 years old. I only met him once, but I felt like I knew him all my life. So certainly to Michelle and to Mark, what a great loss. And now they have to wait some more for a new shepherd. But you know what? The Lord has the plan. So, it's all in the Lord's hands. So maybe we could just pause and place ourselves in the presence of our loving God as we pray for the repose of the soul of Bishop Mario and for all those whose lives he touched in the Diocese of Houma Thibodeau and beyond. We ask that the Lord be merciful to him as he has met the Lord for all the good works that he has done in his short time. We also pray for all the faithful of the Diocese of Houma Thibodeau as they await a new shepherd and trust in the Lord that the right person will be sent to lead them. And we ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. So now, roll call, please.
Dr. Baker.
Here.
Ms. Chazal. Here. Dr. Davis. Not present. Ms. Gonzalez. Here. Dr. Houston. Present. Ms. Laura Riviere.
Here.
Ms. Louise.
Here.
Ms. Patrick.
Here.
Sister Carol.
Present.
Dr. Williams.
Here.
Miss Williams.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Great, thanks. I'd like now our guests to introduce themselves, so I'll save y'all for last. We'll start on this side.
Hi, Caleb Moore, Deputy Chief of Staff, Office of School Choice.
Nikki Langry, Executive Director of Education Policy with the Department. Denise Bourgeois, Executive Director of Nonpublic Programs in the Office of School Choice.
Hi, Marie McMahon is Director of Portfolio Opportunities Operations with the Office of School Choice.
Elizabeth Bradstreet, I'm a budget analyst in School System Financial Services.
Sarah Wade, I'm a budget analyst with School System Financial Services. We deal with MFP.
Judy Armstrong, newly appointed investment.
Welcome.
Welcome, Tom Costanza with Office of Education Choice.
All right.
Hello, Daphne Flint-Roy, Federal Support, Grantee Relations, State Ombudsman.
My name is Alicia Bethany Dawkins. I also work at Federal Support and Grantee Relations.
Chauncey McElwee, good morning. I work with Federal Support and Grantee Relations as well.
And Happy New Year.
Oh, I'm sorry, Happy New Year. Too bad it's not me. Chris, morning.
Sure, Christy Miller, Director of Certification. We don't have an item, I'm just observing in case there's anything for us.
I was hoping you were not caught in the elevator. You should have received from Shannon the minutes. I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Sister Carol, second.
Second.
Ms. Moise. All in favor?
Aye.
Our first item, consideration of an update report regarding the Louisiana Scholarship Program and School Choice Program for students with disabilities. I need a motion to approve, to receive.
Make a motion.
Kimberly, second. Dr. Baker. It's all yours.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Just a few things today. We wanted to have a lot more analysis to hand out, but we just closed LSP applications on the 19th, and so a lot of our raw data has not been delivered to us yet, so you will be getting some more data analysis in the next coming weeks. We'll just send it out via email with explanations of everything. I did want to let you know in your handouts this morning there is the final Bessie Brumfield Dodd approved list for 24-25. Again, the enrollment numbers are not on that yet. We do not have that final data, but that does show you all of the critical information you need as far as the grades that are Bessie approved, and their Brumfield dot status. So that is also already available on the Louisiana Believes website in the Nonpublic library. So that's just a reference copy for you. We did want to let you know that we did have 126 schools that are participating. Sorry, I forgot I was driving my own bus this morning. We have 126 schools that are participating in the scholarship program this year. And amongst all of it, through the NOI process, the Notice of Intent process, they requested 6,529 seats, which is an increase over last year. And we'll be sending all of that out for you. As of January 10th, we had for this year, for school year 24-25, 6,900 applications received. I can tell you we've received a lot more since January 10th. There were parents literally at 11:58, right before the application closed online, submitting applications. So we should be well ahead of where we finished last year. Just to give you a benchmark, on the 10th of both years, you can see we were very close. So, but I'm sure we're going to pull ahead of what our final applications were last year. I do have some exciting news for 25-26 application process, which I know is a year from now, but it's very good news. We're very excited. We have been using the application process in Leeds, which, if you're familiar with that, with LDOE, it is a very old system. It is very ornery and very delicate, to say the least. So we're very happy that not only are we going to be doing the lottery system again with Avela, but we're moving the application system to Avela for 25-26. So we are thrilled about that. The application itself is going to look almost identical. There won't be a lot of hurdles for anybody, any parents to learn per se, but it'll be a more secure system. It's going to be seamless with the lottery process, and I think it'll be a lot easier for parents to navigate rather than having to do here. And then go to the schools and bring their information there. And, you know, we're trying to get all of those steps a lot easier for the parents to facilitate, and the schools as well. So we will be announcing training. We have manuals in process. So all of that will be laid out way ahead of time. No panic at the end of the road. And Tajiri is going to be talking to you in a couple minutes about some other things that we're going to be migrating as well. But we're super excited about this. We've been working on trying to get this for a couple of years, so very happy about it. And that's the end of that part.
Any further discussion? Any opposition? Okay. Hold on to.
Yes.
I need a motion to receive. Dr. Houston, Lisa Patrick said.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to just put something on your radar that a lot of the schools have not done in the past that we really encourage everyone to do this year. It is the Interest and Opportunity Survey. It does count for 5% of their school performance score, and I think in the past some schools have been like, oh, 5%, that's not very much, but 5% can make a difference in a very positive way sometimes when the schools are.
Yes, it can.
Yeah. So we looked at the participation rates in the past couple of years, and they have not been very strong. This is a reminder that all of the schools that participate in the scholarship program are required to fill that out. And it's really nothing hard. It's a matter of just sitting down and picking out the questions and then going through them and making sure that you put your data in. So we will be, in order to support the schools and get more of them to participate this year, we are going to be having some training. So be on the lookout for those announcements. We have, again, some manuals that are going to be done so that we can walk everybody through it really easily and hopefully get them to participate. Everybody needs that little 5%. They really do.
Can I make a suggestion that last year it looked easy, and then on the secondary level, some of the drop-down choices, they really didn't apply to private schools. They were performing arts things or the French immersion, and we almost had no choice, and so we kept going through it, and then it said, oh no, you can only choose 3 documentation. One has to be data, and then it has to be this way, so it wasn't easy.
Right, and that's part of what we're going to be doing, where it says the indicator selection survey. That opens on the 15th of April, so we'll be doing a lot more pre-information on that to help you through some of those hurdles, to help you through some of those
The biggest
selections.
problem was the choices.
Right.
Is there a way that we could have input, even if you change what you're calling it?
Which you're calling,
I'll send you some
Okay.
examples.
that would be fabulous.
That was not really designed for non-public schools. Just the verbiage, the programs.
Right.
I can't imagine some of our elementary schools would even be able to do 2 of them.
Right. No, I would be very interested to see, and unfortunately, our team doesn't put together the survey, assessments does, and they're the ones who coordinate everything on the backside. But I'd love to see, what examples you have, and at least we can maybe ask for the future. Yeah. So these are the 3 dates that you'll start seeing a lot of information come out on. Again, there will be training, we'll have a special webinar about this, and we will have a little manual with step-by-step instructions on how to go through it. Any other questions about the Interest and Opportunities Survey? That is that for that topic.
Okay, any further discussion, opposition? Okay. Moving on to considering the Louisiana Scholarship Program Parent Survey. Any motion to receive? Lucy Carroll, second, Dr. Baker.
Okay, you have a draft copy in your handouts this morning of what the parent survey is going to be this year. This is very similar to what it's been in the past. The biggest difference is that LDOE will be facilitating the survey this year. The organization that had done it previously is not in existence any longer, and so we have their data and we have their questions. We've kind of changed the text a little bit so that it's obviously coming from LDOE and not a third party. But I did want you to just be aware of the parent survey. We do try to get as many of them back as possible, and we typically get a good response of those. We do publicize that report. We will be putting out this survey for the 23-24 school year in, I think it's March, and then we put out the annual report in May. So we do publicize the results that we get from the parents. But this is really important to understand. Are we meeting the parents' needs? Are they happy with their choices? Are they happy with the way things are going with their school that their student is in? So this is their opportunity to provide a lot of feedback to us. Yes, sir.
Do you have a benchmark of response rate before you decide you're going to publish the results? Or like if you only get 10% of the parents responding, is it an adequate survey response to publish the results?
We've always had a much stronger response rate than that, certainly adequate to make public.
Cool.
Yes, and we do get a lot of public records requests for a lot of the items that are in the parents' survey. So it is a very popular survey. A lot of parents don't necessarily hear about it, even though we try to publicize it. So we do send out notes to the school administrators and ask them to help us make the parents aware of their opportunity to provide feedback. And it's a pretty standard cover letter, dear school leader, please help us distribute this, make the parents aware of the opportunity. So, but no, we have a strong enough response rate that we have no fear about making those public.
Great.
Any other questions about the parent survey? You do have, like I said, a draft of this year's, and We're very excited that we're going to be putting it out from now on. That way we can really direct the questions more to what we would like to find out about. And I think that is the end. I'm going to ask Tyjari to come up and talk a little bit about EdLink, so if you want to switch.
Any discussion, further discussion, any opposition? Okay, so we're gonna go to 4.1, consideration update regarding, report regarding non-public school deadlines and EdLink training schedules. Tyjari, I need a motion to receive. Michelle, second, Carol.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Awesome. So we're going to talk about our non-public school annual enrollment report. So we have successfully completed the annual enrollment report for the 23-24 school year. Like Denise said, that we're waiting for those final numbers to come in so therefore I can add that last column for pre-K and K through 12 so you can have the actual numbers, the raw data. And we're getting as accurate as we can. So each year we're trying to move forward and be more detailed and provide more information to the schools so they can provide the most current information. So for the 24-25 school year, we'll be launching we'll still be moving forward with the EdLink for the Betsy approved non-public school application. So in the past, we've used JotForm. For as long as I can recall, they used JotForm. So now we're going to move forward with not only with the annual enrollment report for EdLink, but we're going to be transferring the Betsy approved application to EdLink as well. So while schools are already getting used to using EdLink for the annual enrollment report, we're moving forward to just transfer everything over so they're already familiar with the system itself. So, absolutely, no problem. So it's not going to be something totally new to the non-public schools, but we're actually moving forward to working on the process of it, the details of making everything easy to upload their attachments for their Betsy approved applications. We'll be launching the Betsy application on August 1st versus early September. We do this particularly because we want to provide the schools more time to do it and give that time span from August 1st to October 15th, because we understand there's a lot of things going on, enrollment going on, children enrolled in different schools, and so therefore giving the schools more time, it gives them more time to really think through things and have things prepared. So what I've been doing as schools have been calling or reaching out to us is say, hey, make sure you're getting your fire marshal inspection report early, getting your Department of Health and Hospitals inspection report early so therefore you can have those things saved in a file to upload them for this upcoming application season. The last date for the annual enrollment report will be October 15th, which was the same date within the previous few years. Any questions?
That's great news.
Awesome. And the forms will look, just real quick, the forms will look very, very similar. The information that we're requesting is not going to be different. It's just the format of how we're capturing it and the system it lives in. So it'll be pretty seamless, but there will be a lot of training. Absolutely. So I like the fact how we've gotten together with our EdLink team to provide trainings like we did the last part of the annual enrollment report. We were providing training 3 days a week for an hour to any schools and any archdiocese leaders to be able to help the schools get through the process and get familiar with the material, requesting the roles that they need to be able to access EdLink to complete the annual enrollment report. So we're hoping for the same exact support from the EdLink team to be able to help our schools and leaders to be able to access EdLink, to be able to complete their Betsy and Broomfield Out applications as well. Along with the Betsy application being launched in EdLink, we'll also be utilizing EdLink for the Broomfield Out. And it's also to just explain the details where schools can be Betsy approved, but it's not required for them to be Broomfield Out approved. But it provides more, there's more access to things when they're Broomfield and Betsy approved as well. So we're not going to be using JotForm, which is good, and all the information will be particularly in one system itself. The last day to submit their Betsy applications is October 15th, and training will be provided for all school leaders. So as I mentioned before, so that means that all three systems, all three processes will be utilized or held in EdLink, which will be the annual enrollment report,
the Betsy application process and room for dot application all together, starting August 1st, ending October 15th. The last day is October 15th for the process. Any questions? Thank you.
Any further discussion? Thank you all very, very much.
Thank
you. I'm assuming that when those trainings are going to be held, we're going to be notified of that in the bulletin, in the newsletter.
The newsletter, yes, and then we're also gonna start communicating the webinars and specifics so that you can assign your August people which ones they.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, moving right along. Daphne. Consideration and update report provided by Ombudsman. I need a motion to receive. Dr. Baker, second. Lisa Patrick. Your turn. Your turn.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning again. Well, guess what? We've increased in ranks. According to our documentation and also our collaboration with the Office of School Choice out of the non-public state area, we have new non-public schools. 3 in Baton Rouge, 1 in Lafayette, 1 in Terrebonne, St. Mary, St. Tammany, and Orleans 1. To give you a little further information on that, 2 of these schools are religious-based, 1 is independent. Also, we have 1 virtual Catholic school. As we met with all of the LEAs who have these new schools, they were very excited and they have already started outreach to introduce themselves and to also prepare the non-public school administrators who are brand new to the system on what needs to happen. The LEAs are and will be using the 24-25 non-public school academic classification list to determine their calculations for Titles 2 and 4. That means that LEAs should not reach out to the private schools to say, what is your enrollment? This is the document. This puts everybody on the same playing field, and we not only have a cross-reference to that information from the federal program side, but also with school choice with our state non-public side. Also, it is very imperative that during the consultation process that the LEAs let the private schools know about the 21st century program, whether they have that program or not. It is within federal guidance that we must share the 21st century program with all private schools. If an LEA is not participating in the program, then if they know of an organization or a group that has the program, they need to provide them with that information. However, that does not mean that the private school cannot seek out that information themselves. Why? Because a non-public school administrator can reach out to them to see if they may participate. Case in point, here in Baton Rouge, the Big Buddy program that most of us are fully aware of, they partner with East Baton Rouge Parish. So let's say that East Baton Rouge Parish, within a year or so, decides, well, we're not going to participate. Then they can reach out to any other entity in the city to do it. And that, in point, brings in Big Buddy. Big Buddy has the program. And if East Baton Rouge Parish is no longer operating, then they may work just with the Big Buddy program. It's time. It's time to review the budgets, where we are in terms of Title II, contracts, professional leave. Also, it is time for the LEAs to share with the private school administrators and you, if you would like them to have a meeting with you about the progress of the students in the Title I program and looking at those data reports. Bottom line, it is also time to get input. So this is the time for the administrators to say, hey, I saw this when I went into the Title I room, or I have a question about whatever it is, so that we are doing what we all need to do to help those students improve academically. As always, you know you can contact me anytime. And I just want to keep stressing that all of us together make this work. When we work together to ensure that the LEAs and our non-public private schools are having workable agreements, we all win. Any questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Anything, any further discussion? Opposition? Okay, our last item on the agenda, review consideration of revisions to bulletin 741. I need a motion to receive. Lisa, second, Kimberly.
Good morning, y'all. I just want to go over some things. You have a copy of the policy with you. There are several pieces of this draft. A couple of them have already come to you in the past. We talked about last July legislation about corporal punishment. The legislation does not prohibit it. That is a decision of the local schools. However, you must have opt-in parental written permission annually if you are going to use corporal punishment. You have to have that policy written out for it, and there are some special considerations that you need to pay attention to for your students with disabilities. The other piece that was brought to you before last year in response to legislation, we talked about some bullying policy. When that bullying policy first came to you all, it had been copied over from the public school bulletin verbatim, came back again, it said, look, we need to make some adjustments to this language to make it specific to our non-public schools. When we brought that information to you last March, we received some feedback from you all. There were some legal issues that were examined, and the information that we received from this council and from your legal counsel has been incorporated into the revisions. The pieces of reporting and failure to act that are specific to non-public schools have been removed from the non-public. So the bullying policy is what we discussed with your feedback incorporated into it. There are a couple of other things that are just being put in non-public. You all are already required to do this because it's part of statute. You already have information about immunizations. One specific law that was not captured in the non-public bulletin had to do with meningococcal disease. So that's being scooped in. And also you already have in non-public information that has your exemptions requirement, and so that is in this as well. The other piece that has been in law since the 1990s, but was never placed in here, has to do with the tobacco prohibition. And as all of you, I am sure, already have in your policies and procedures, no smoking, all those other things, smokeless, can't do it, no vaping, no. The only thing that is permitted is an FDA-approved cessation device, like the patches or the gums or stuff. So that's the only exception to that. And like I said, this has been in statute since the 1990s. It was just not captured in the non-public. The final piece has to do with the Purple Star Award Program. This is a program also in statute that recognizes schools that have a specific mission to assist military families. This has been in the public school policy for a number of years. It was first, I think in 2021, brought forward. The department received a request from a non-public school to participate in this program. There could be non-public schools around our military areas that have a higher percentage of military families coming in. And so it was requested of us to make this program available to our non-public schools. It is a voluntary program. You are not required to do so. There is a form online if you want to be a Purple Star awarded school that you can go to the department's website and do so. Any questions?
Any discussion? Opposition? Thank you very much. Thank you. I think we broke a record. It's 10:31,
Not
yes.
exactly sure. I had asked that Title IIA be added to the agenda, but Daphne and I are gonna talk after this meeting, and Burnell as well, and we're gonna try to work something out. Ingrid and I went to an Equitable Services Institute and learned that when the state encumbers Title IIA funds to statewide professional development, non-public schools are entitled to equitable services of that SEA allocation. So I know we do a lot of professional development that non-public schools are invited to be a part of, and I think that's how it's been done in the past. I just need to know exactly how that's been done historically and how we want to do it as non-public schools moving forward, if that is still the way we want to do it. And we're looking at how other states are doing it as well. Daphne and Burnell have already started doing their research. I've been doing some research, talking to other people around the country. So in next meeting, maybe we'll have more information and we'll be able to present something to you guys.
Great.
We're all on the same page.
Yes, very good. We're getting it.
Please help yourself. I brought king cake
It's delicious.
It is so good.
and the amaretto walnut for those who might be allergic to nuts. I brought a strawberry cream. And y'all better eat it all because they don't give them away. That's my donation to the Department of Education for all the good work that you all do for us. We're very grateful because, and I've sat here for many years and I see progress being made. And so I think that's certainly a credit to those of you in the department and in your various roles who have heard us and have done whatever you could to help us. I mean, Christy, you didn't even give a report.
Not yet, it's coming next.
Oh! Wait, Effie was, you know how you have to upload the stuff? So I printed something yesterday. I go to the printer, something's printed, it keeps printing. I said, Effie, what is that? Well, it's one of those things that you have to upload for somebody's whatever. 42 pages. Okay, really? When the lady went to the restroom, when she, when she documented whatever, okay. But you know what, it really has made a tremendous difference. Thank you very much, because I know we all struggle through that, and it's really getting better.
It's better.
Yeah. And certainly, we want to welcome Judy. These meetings are not usually this short. But I'm sure that you will learn a lot as you bring some of our concerns, in your position on Bessie. If anybody has an extra ticket to the LSU girls game for Thursday night, call me. I saw they're going for $2,000. Oh, wow. So I think I'll just watch it on my TV. But that's going to be a game of the century. But anyway, y'all be careful going home. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate it. Motion to adjourn. Next meeting, March 19th. March 19th.